yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, TJMV.
Charlamagne is running late. Guess what day it is?
Late day?
I'm upset. I'm depressed.
I'm upset.
You ever?
I know why you're upset.
You ever break up with somebody?
You and Odell broke up?
You ever break up with somebody? They don't call and tell you what's going on. You just find out through somebody else. Somebody that I've been seeing.
By the way, that's a terrible breakup if you find out that you broke up through somebody else.
That's right. I've been seeing this individual for the last, 3 years? 3 years. I've been investing. I've been putting money into the situation.
You was tricking.
And then Odell just leaves. No call. No one last dance. No nothing.
Last dance?
I was taking my little nappy pool. Like I always do around that time.
This is a weird way that you're doing this.
My son runs in the room and he's depressed. He kicks open the door and says, "Dad, you're not gonna guess what happened." I'm like, "What? What happened? Is everybody all right? Is the house okay?" He goes, "They traded him. They got rid of him." I'm like, "Who they get rid of?" Odell. That sucks. I don't know why. I haven't figured out how. Just doesn't make sense to me. I guess this is how it feels when you get broken up on and you just stuck at home and you're trying to figure out why and how. Was it me?
Maybe it's your jaw wasn't good enough.
Was it me?
It wasn't strong enough.
Was it us? Like we gave him the ball.
All right, let's move on.
Didn't we? Well, we ain't giving the ball all the time. Maybe that was the problem.
Let's move on. Yeah. But maybe you needed to give him the ball more.
I don't know. But Odell if you don't know, if you just woke up, Odell was traded to the Cleveland Browns. That's
good. They're stacking their team up.
Yes, their team is looking.
I just repeated that. Someone else said that.
I know there's a lot of Giant fans out there that feel like me.
There's still a lot of Giant fans out there?
Yes, there's still a lot of Giants fans. First you take away Victor Cruz, my Latino from Patterson, and now you take away Odell.
All right.
Well,
you guys got somebody, right?
Oh, you're going to play emotional? Carl Thomas? That's what you're going to do? Fine.
You got somebody, didn't you?
Yeah, we got Jabril Peppers.
Okay, that's good.
That's good. But he's not Odell.
All right.
What's so funny?
What you mean, what's so funny?
What's so funny? You
laughing.
Life is good. I was laughing at, what the hell? I can't remember her name right now.
You just laughed 2 seconds ago as you were walking in and don't remember why.
I can't have a brain. I'm having a brain fart.
Oh, my God. He walked in here giggling.
What you laughing at?
Like the little Pillsbury Doughboy.
Why can't I laugh? All right.
Oh, and shout out, by the way, I went to go see Meek Mill in concert last night.
Oh, how was that?
Meek Mill last night?
Yes, I went to go see his concert. Shout out to my girl, Cash Doll. She was opening up for Meek Mill.
Yes.
And today is 313 Day in Detroit as well, March 13th, 313 Day. So shout out to everybody in the D.
What day is it in Cleveland?
It's also
some new D in Cleveland.
Okay, all right.
Hey, ladies, some new D out there in Cleveland.
Evie's upset. He feels like Odell broke up with him but didn't tell him.
Nobody told me. He just leaves. Like
you think he should have gave you a heads up?
I understand how a girl feels when somebody just leaves and doesn't say anything, and then you find out through somebody else.
They have been talking about it for at least a day, though.
I didn't think it was true.
Because he even had a little list of places he wanted to go. He wanted to go to the Rams, San Francisco.
Doesn't his best friend play for the Browns?
Who? I don't know.
Yes, it does.
I don't know.
Odell's best friend.
I heard someone else say that this morning, and I repeated that as well.
He does. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Oh, my God. What is going on? Is it that important to get your kids into a college that you have to pay up to $500,000?
Finally, white celebrities are acting up. Yes.
Now,
got some scamming going on.
All right. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. All right, let's get into some front page news. Now, Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Cleveland Browns.
We need you to sound a little more upbeat.
Yes, be happy for Cleveland. Drop on the clues bomb for Cleveland. They got a great receiver.
I don't understand
it's
why.
Hump Day.
I don't understand. Was it us? Was he didn't get the ball enough? I don't know what it was.
Too much pelvic thrust in the locker room without saying pause. That's why they got rid of Odell Beckham.
They got rid of Odell, which is crazy. What else are we talking about?
We're going to be hanging out with his best friend Jarvis Landry, so I'm sure he's going to have a good time.
Who told you that?
Well, there's nothing for him to do but actually
don't know that.
Nothing for him to do but focus on football in Cleveland. The funniest thing is that he had some places where he wanted to go, which was San Francisco and the Rams, and they was like, no, sir, buddy. Okay.
Why wouldn't they want him?
Who?
Odell.
Probably had to give up too much.
Okay.
Odell, he's not the young wide receiver that he used to be, contrary to popular belief.
He still gets busy. But go ahead.
Yeah, he probably got about another 2 or 3 years.
All right, well, let's talk about this entire cheating, bribing, lying scam for these kids to get into college, these kids with rich parents.
I love it. White scammers.
So it was different ways that it worked, all right? There was the ACTs and the SATs. They would bribe different people who were facilitating those exams and also take those exams for some of these students, and that cost anywhere between $15,000 and $75,000 per test. Also, bribing coaches, because college coaches, they don't decide who gets accepted, but they do recommend to the admissions office certain athletes that they want to accept to the school. So he would bribe some of those people, and in exchange, they would recommend to admissions officials that certain students be accepted. Now, what they are saying for a lot of people, like for Lori Loughlin, she played Aunt Becky on Full House.
Rebecca Katsopoulos. I know how you pronounce the last name.
They said her and her husband, who is fashion designer Mosimo.
Jesse?
No, in real life.
Oh.
Okay. They face charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. They allegedly agreed to pay bribes that totaled $500,000. That was in exchange for having their 2 daughters as recruits to the University of Southern California on their crew team, even though both of them don't even row. So they would do this whole scheme, and they would disguise these bribe payments like they were donating to charity. So Felicity Huffman was also arrested, and Lori Loughlin's supposed to surrender today.
I don't know why you would arrest the parents. Maybe you should arrest the person accepting the bribe.
No.
No.
Well, they knew exactly what they were doing. They're paying money to make sure that their kids get into these schools that they didn't even get into.
Great schools to
and
get
to make
a
sure
great
that they
education.
get these tests, these scores on their tests. So Felicity Huffman knew she was a target of the federal investigation, but 7 feds did show up to her door with guns drawn. She didn't anticipate that would happen.
Isn't it strange that you're
So
arresting
she's married
for
to William
this?
H. Macy, and they said their 2 daughters were asleep when the agents ordered her to get out of the house.
All the
amazing.
crime going on in that.
Hey, shut up and let the white people get arrested.
She got a
What are you defending them for?
She got a 1420 on her SATs, thanks to someone else taking her SATs for her.
Exactly, that's a scam.
Now, the person who's at the center of all this is William Rick
I would've done
Singer.
that as a kid.
William Rick Singer is the person who is a figure at the center of the whole entire scheme. He was the one doing all the bribes. He was the one that had the fake charity that people were donating to.
Hey, listen, do the work like everybody else. Listen, you already got, a bunch of, help anyway. You're white, you're rich, you're entitled, you're privileged. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you can afford to pay $500,000 to bribe a coach for your kids to get into school, they already have a foot up. Like, you'll be fine.
That's a lot. I mean, if I was thinking maybe 10,000 to get them in school, but 500,000, they don't need school.
Yeah.
I'm just
and how
saying.
about making your kids work for what they're supposed to get?
That's all. Do the work. Listen, 2019 is a trip, bro. Nigerians doing hate crimes against black people and white people are scamming.
Now let me ask you a
What
question.
a role reversal.
If you wanted your kid to go to a certain school and it might cost you a couple $1,000, would you pay?
Not $500,000.
I didn't say $500,000.
That's how much
But
they
I don't
pay.
know that
I'm
would you
not
pay
paying
somebody
$500,000.
to take their SATs for them?
No.
That doesn't feel wrong to you?
No, because guess what? You can't do that throughout life. Throughout life, you can't just continue to cheat your system and rig the system. Because once you do it once, then eventually you got to keep doing it over and over.
You never
and over
cheated
and over
on a
again.
test before?
No, I didn't. I graduated.
My
from night
parents
school.
didn't help me cheat.
I graduated from night school in 1998. That's the farthest my education goes.
What about-
No, I have not cheated on the test.
You never cheated on a test in elementary or even
No.
freshman year in high school? Nothing? Never? Never one time you ever looked at your person in front of you test answer?
But Envy, there's a difference between cheating and paying someone to take the actual test for
It's
you.
all cheating.
No, there's
It's
a huge
all
difference
cheating.
between that and then also
So you're gonna teach your kids to
pretending that
cheat
you're
too
on the
much?
rowing
No,
team
never.
and you're not.
You said what?
And then pretending that your kids are on the crew team and they don't even know how to row.
I'm gonna be honest
Come
with
on.
you, Envy.
It all caught up.
If you cheated your way through school, this explains a lot. Because you're the same guy who thought that Atlantic City was built off the Monopoly game.
I didn't say
All
that.
That's exactly what you said.
I didn't say that.
Play the tape.
I didn't say that.
Somebody pull up the tape.
I said I was asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
And he also said a lot of people thought that.
Yeah, he
I did. A lot of people hit me on this. I showed you guys. But
I
anyway,
didn't see
all the
that.
people used to cheat with in school.
maybe. I never cheated. All right. Well, that is
You're a lie. You never cheated.
front page news.
I don't even believe
I have
that.
cheated in
even-
school.
So why did you just lie to us?
Everybody has cheated in
So
school.
why'd you just lie?
Because I cheated. Again.
All right.
Get it off
That's
your
why Odell
chest.
left.
800-585-1051.
Y'all got all D's in school.
If you need to vent, hit us up right now. If you need to get some things off your chest, again, 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hey, Ken.
Hey, what's up, Envy?
What's up, Ken? Get it off your chest, bro.
Oh, man, I'm mad at you, boy.
Oh, man.
Why you mad at me,
What do you
Ken?
do?
Man, how could you agree that these people getting paid or paying their kids through college is cool? At the end of the day, these kids that become professionals are the people who are going to be therapists to your kids, therapists to, and doctors to your kids. Like, you think that's cool?
I didn't say it's cool, and just because they pay to get into the school doesn't mean that they don't get the education.
No, they pay to get into the school.
That when they go to college.
Their whole way towards a degree.
Yeah, they're not doing the work.
No, they gotta go to school. They just. I thought they was paid.
On Instagram, I hit you and all of you guys.
Let me ask you a question.
So long, it had me red.
Have you ever cheated before?
No, you're not listening to what he's saying though. They're not doing the work. So
Well,
it's
all
like
they doing, but they say they're getting paid to go to the college. That's what they're getting paid to get accepted into the college.
No, also to take the test.
take the test. They got
To
people
get to
taking
college.
It's both. There's two different ones.
Charlamagne, get on them for me, please.
But
You had me so pissed off last night.
you're not
I
listening.
even got on the radio.
You're not listening. They are getting paid to get accepted to the school.
Envy, Charlamagne, get them.
You don't know
There's
what you're
definitely
talking
a
about.
problem with it. Splashy Shot said on Twitter, basketball players have people take SATs all the time.
They're basketball players. They're not going into the world to do real jobs.
We don't know what
Right?
Some of them better.
They're going to play ball. Like that's the whole thing. That's why basketball players do African American studies. They like I was listening to something yesterday. And it was like, yo, these players they go to school for like 3 months. When you're a freshman and a basketball player like Zion Williamson, he might be in class for 3 months. Once the season's over, he's coasting.
I'm sure.
Until the time to get drafted.
I'm sure they definitely have somebody taking this class, and probably, because that's what usually players do. They just get somebody to get them grades
Players
just to
wanna
be able to play
play.
ball, and they
That's
play ball.
it. And when the season's over, it's a wrap. But it's not like he's going to be a goddamn
We don't know what these kids are going to do.
psychologist. We know what Zion Williamson going to do.
But yeah, I know that. I know that. But we don't know what these other kids are going to do, honestly.
Well, I know they didn't deserve to be on the crew team. If you never
I'm
rode
just
in
happy
life.
white celebrities are getting arrested by the FBI. Okay, I knew it. Right in time for St. Patrick's Day.
And at the end of the day, it is illegal, so it is what it is. They got caught.
Hello, who's this?
This is Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Hey, so the reason I'm calling, well, first of all, I listen to you guys every morning on my way to work.
Thank you,
and
Heather.
I hate going to work, but,
Damn.
you know, it's what you got to do. So you guys definitely keep it interesting. But I'm calling because I heard that there's some white folks out there that being shady and paying people for college.
Yes, they are.
Look, I'm a white family. I understand and I believe and I get white privilege without a doubt. However, there are some of us white people out here that are struggling, and my daughter comes home every day. She's applied to 8 colleges and made it to each one, and I ain't paid nobody.
Hard work and dedication, right?
That's dope.
Yeah, you know, so, like, what are they trying to do out there? Like,
Get their kids in college, get their kids ahead of everybody else.
They should have made sure got them some tutors and paid for that. And made them.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
if you can afford that.
Now what's that say? Now what's that say about them? That says that, wow, either I'm trying to really get my kids somewhere or I'm really trying to pay for because they're stupid.
I mean, the problem with this, the problem with this more so than anything is that these colleges have a certain amount of scholarships and things that they give out, scholarships and things that they give out every year. So if you cheating the ACT and the SAT, you might be jumping kids ahead of kids that are really out there doing the work.
And by the way, if you have $500,000 spent on that, you have money to make sure your kids have tutors and can learn that. And they have all kinds of things to teach you how to take the SATs right. And you should really just pay for that for your kids.
True, but there's a lot of
Teach your kids hard work instead of saying, we'll just pay your way in.
That is true. That is true, but there's a lot of kids that just don't take tests well, are very smart, have straight A's, are
Get
very
them a
bright,
nice tutor to help them.
and just don't take tests well. And sometimes that test, they put too much pressure on that test, and the kid doesn't do well on the test, he doesn't get accepted to a school. So,
well, then you have to go to a different school and not your first choice.
Hey, I mean,
that's
your
it.
first choice, that's
you
your
can
second
also
choice.
go to a school and transfer to the school that was your first choice if you do well after the second year.
That's right. Or if you got money, you give
And
the
they
teacher
did have
$10,000
money.
and put the kid in. Anyway, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Say it with your chest.
I want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Nikki, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
How you doing, Nikki?
I'm doing great. On my way to work to get some money, and I was just calling to tell you guys it's Wednesday. We're
Money.
and just want everybody to have a great, productive day and be blessed.
That's right.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yep. See y'all later.
Karen.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good morning, Karen.
Hi, what's going on?
What's
Yo,
good?
I'm glad that God let me see another spring. We didn't have such a harsh winter.
It's springtime already?
It'll be in like a week, like a little over a week.
Okay.
All right.
You know, we're already spraying ahead with the time.
Yeah, and Easter's coming. And not only that, St. Patrick's Day is coming. You know, there's a lot of black Irish in the city, meaning black people that celebrate St. Patty's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a black Irish.
Something for that.
No, McKelvey.
I think I'm one too. My last name Casey.
I'm a black Irish. My last name is McKelvey. Hey.
Oh, you got a bagpipe?
Patty's Day, people. Just for the people in love.
I think that was a flute.
You gotta put some drums with them bagpipes, though.
I think that's a flute. What are you playing, sir?
I think that's a
sir,
flute.
ma'am. What are you playing?
It's a traditional Irish flute, Irish whistle.
You gotta put some drums with
In the
that.
club. You ever see Irish music?
In the
That's
club?
what they
No.
do.
Can you play any hip hop?
Yes, I can. Here you go.
What song is
I
that?
can't recognize that.
What song is that?
He's fluting.
This is a
Answer
woman.
your question while
Angela.
She.
What song is that? What song is that?
Remember BBD? I want to say it. It's Jimmy. Remember BBD?
That. Do you have anything newer in this era?
Okay, let me see something. Okay. Can any of you guys do a hip hop beat like?
Envy can do that.
Yeah,
Oh, you
go
mean
ahead.
beatboxing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
anything.
Go ahead.
Anything. I'll play to it.
You're gonna pass out if you keep breathing out all the
I
air.
can't do that. Come on, just do Big Pimpin'. The Big Pimpin' has a flute in it.
Oh God, Big Pimpin' Chick. I have to, I have to rehearse for some of those things. I haven't played that stuff in a long time. Okay, but here, let me tell you. All right, let me see if I can do Ella May. Pimpin', what is it? Trippin' on you.
Okay, go.
Hold on.
Yeah, maybe Irish music is better for you. Yeah.
Right. Jesus
All right.
Christ,
Yeah.
stop.
Well, you
Go
have-
have some
We
breakfast.
need
before
to
you
hook
pass
you up.
out.
We need to hook you up with one of the rappers that call up here to freestyle in the morning, and you guys could do a song together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Great.
a problem. I'll even train anybody in the community who wants to put a little troupe together. I'll do it for free. You know what?
You
We don't
sound
have
like
to
you
get
need some
mad
more
at
classes your
Justin
goddamn
Timberlake.
self. Who you gonna
You
train?
don't have to get mad at Justin Timberlake. We can go into some Irish bosses there and say, "Come on, right here, suckers."
What the hell did Justin Timberlake got to do with any of
What
this?
just happened?
All in their face. Come on, man.
This is why St. Patrick's Day not for black people right
For a
here.
change.
Karen, you're black?
I certainly am black.
Duh. This is why St.
Black as you
Patrick's.
can be, honey.
She started the conversation off by saying more black people need to participate in St. Patrick's
I
Day.
mean, the music.
This is why you shouldn't cheat in class. You don't pay attention.
He wasn't on beat. I was just curious. All right, Karen. Well, thank you for calling.
Have a good day,
No problem.
Karen.
You guys have an excellent day. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the
Top of the
morning.
morning to you,
This
too.
cultural appropriation has to
Top
stop.
of the morning to you.
Oh, she's still there.
All right. Go eat some
Okay.
Lucky Charms for breakfast. Jesus.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up now. Yeah, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, let's clear some things up. Now, Jose Canseco's ex-wife, Jessica Canseco, is setting the record straight when, he accused A-Rod of cheating on J-Lo with her.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to rumors. Let's talk Jose Canseco.
It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, we'll start with the backstory. Jose Canseco has accused Alex Rodriguez of cheating on Jennifer Lopez. Now, this all started because A-Rod proposed to J-Lo. They announced their engagement. He posted, "She said yes." He also said, "There aren't many words to share with you, only feelings, gratitude, excitement, and just joy. We know there is work to do. Keep building a family and future we can be proud of, and we can't do it without all of you. We are so thankful for all of your messages of love and congratulations." Well, things took a left turn when Jose Canseco took to his Twitter page to accuse A-Rod of cheating on J-Lo with his ex-wife, Jessica Canseco. He said, "Watching World of Dance, watching J-Lo text Alex Rodriguez. Little does she know that he's cheating on her with my ex-wife, Jessica. Poor girl, she has no idea who he really is."
Hate.
And then he told A-Rod to stop being a piece of ish, stop cheating on J-Lo. Well, now Jessica Canseco is coming out to set the record straight. Now, she had to re-download the Twitter app and all of that, and she just wanted to make sure she told people what was going on. She said those false accusations Jose is making are not true. I have known Alex for many years and haven't even seen him for over 5. I certainly did not sleep with him. I am friendly with both him and Jennifer. As for Jose, he can keep playing with his alien friends. In fact, I don't even get on Twitter. Had to download the app again and don't watch TV and had no idea any of this was going on. Last time I saw Alex, he was with Tori and I brought my boyfriend over for dinner. We are just friends. My God.
How do publicists still make a living nowadays when you can just download a Twitter app when you want to make a statement?
Well, there you have it. So
who are these aliens that Jose Canseco's playing with?
Why, you want to go play too?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Y'all just skim past that part of the story.
He might be playing with aliens right now.
Aliens Jose Canseco just be out here playing with.
He's had some interactions with aliens.
That's what I want to know. Like, huh?
Yeah,
aliens.
No, so that's the most important part of the story to you?
That's what I got from it.
All right, Raz B, he is quitting the Millennium Tour. Now, you know him from B2K, and they've been on the road like 4 days so far, and he's already announced that
he quit already?
Out of there. Now, there's a good reason for it.
What?
If you guys remember, he has accused Chris Stokes, who's the former B2K manager, of molesting him, and he said it began when he was around 11 or 12 years old. Well, guess what just happened?
Chris Stokes came to the...
Check it out.
Chris Stokes tried to grab them cheeks again, allegedly?
Razby is officially off the tour. I don't feel safe because I feel like Chris Stokes is around. So guess what? I'm off the tour. Amari, if you come talk to me and you want me to do this tour, I'll do this tour, but I'm officially off the tour. Oh, and guess what? I guess we're about to shoot the new Surviving Chris Stokes movie. So, yo, Ricky Rowe, call Lifetime, because I'm ready to talk.
I would think that they would have worked all of that out before they even started doing the tour again.
Maybe he didn't think Chris Stokes was going to be part of it, and now you see him popping up and he's getting flashbacks.
He just popped up on the tour, and
Chris
he
Stokes
feels like he shouldn't be there.
Chris Stokes popping up like, allow me to reintroduce myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it like we used to. Get on your knees like you used to.
I wonder if any other members had the same thing with Chris Stokes, the same situation.
Razby's,
you don't remember those stories?
All of them?
Brother.
Nobody else came out.
Do you want to hear?
Yes.
Razby's brother, Ricardo Thornton, also says that Chris Stokes sexually abused him. He said he made me take showers with the other boys. He said all that little ish that my brother was introduced to, that was brought to me first, and I blocked it. I wasn't with it. I backed off. I kind of knew what was going on over there, and yet I took my brother over to Chris. I didn't protect him like I should have. So that happened. But, you know,
yeah, I remember the story.
Omarion issued a statement where he denied Razby's allegations and said that Chris Stokes was a father figure to him.
I remember the story. Razby was like, they all used to...
What? First of all, you can't say that.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
Why not?
I don't know, but they dumped it.
It's a circle full of jerks. Why can't you say that?
But I can understand why Razby would leave the tour. I would quit too if I was him.
It's team building.
What? We stand up in a circle and
it's team building.
That is not team building.
All right, guys.
Have you done that before? I'm just curious.
No, but we could in here.
No.
Who was it that just came out and told the story about how they used to do that? That just recently happened.
People standing in circles and masturbating?
Throw that in a circle. All right. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
It always gets awkward around 6:50. Like,
so no more Razby on the Millennium Tour.
For right now.
He quit. And Chris Stokes should leave so that he can come back and be on the tour without him around. That's it, period. Whether it's going to be a surviving Chris Stokes, like you said. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right, now we got front page news. Next, what are we talking about?
Woo, we are going to talk about these schools and the bribes that were given to these schools by these celebrity parents in order to make sure their kids got into the college of their choice.
White celebrities acting up just in time for St. Patrick's Day, baby.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get into some front page news. What are we talking about, Yee?
All right, well, let's start off with, if you guys know the story about a 9-year-old, her body was found in a duffel bag east of Los Angeles. Well, they did arrest somebody in connection with that. Emil Lamar Hunt, he was charged yesterday in the death of Trinity Love Jones. Rest in peace to her. And again, our condolences to the family. Yes, they found her in a light brush area, and they believe that he killed her on or around March 1st. Now, who is Hunt? He is reportedly the boyfriend of Trinity's mother. Goodness. They don't know what his motive was, but his bail has been set at $2 million, and his arraignment is going to be April 16th. He's got a public defender as well. While he was in court, Trinity's father, Antonio Jones, stood up and yelled at him, "You killed my daughter." And they said throughout the hearing, the father was crying, of course, and clenching his fists. And Trinity's grandmother, Barbara Jones, said that she felt like a monster. She said, "I wanted to do to him what he did to her, or what it's alleged that he did to her." So
yeah, I mean, but you know what? Sometimes I feel like we should get real medieval and like forget wasting taxpayers' dollars. Just let him be in a room handcuffed with the father and a couple other members of the family and let them do what they do. Let it be a purge of sorts.
He should die.
Authorities have also arrested a second person, and we don't have any information from them about that yet. But if he's convicted of murder, he'll face up to life in prison. So
I think that's too good for him.
I think that's too good for him.
I think life in prison is too good for a sick piece of scum like that.
Yeah, disgusting.
I guess he should go through he has to go through the court system to find out if he's guilty or not. But if he's found guilty, he should.
You need due process in every situation.
You know, along with this story,
if there's a videotape, no.
In California, the governor, Gavin Newsom, is actually granting a temporary reprieve for 737 inmates who are waiting on the largest death row right now. So they're saying this is very symbolic because death penalty opponents are hoping that this will mean that they'll end executions in other states as well, as they're trying to say we shouldn't have the death penalty. But I don't know, in a case like this,
he should die.
Kill him.
He shouldn't have to go to jail, and he's living off of our taxes for the rest of. No, he should die.
Get medieval on his ass.
Kill a little young girl.
Peel his toenails off.
I'm with you.
All right, now let's discuss this college admission scheme that everyone's been talking about. It got revealed yesterday. It's the largest of its kind ever prosecuted. There's about 50 different defendants across 6 different states, millions of dollars involved in this, and some very high selective universities. So the way they used to do the scheme is they would have somebody take these standardized tests for these students. In general, it was a man by the name of Mark Riddle who's charged with 2 conspiracy counts. He would secretly take the tests in the place of the students and replace their responses with his own. They also would do things like bribe people who decide what students get admitted, and those people include coaches and things like that at these different universities. Now, Felicity Huffman was arrested by FBI agents. They actually came to her house, guns drawn. She knew she was the target of the federal investigation into bribery in the college admissions process, but she didn't know all that was going to happen. She was indicted for conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. She made a charitable contribution of $15,000, and that was for a college entrance exam cheating scheme on behalf of her oldest daughter. She got a 1420.
Well, I needed some diversity in my celebrity dysfunction, and I knew that when St. Patrick's Day, which is fast approaching, was about to come around, white celebrities would start acting up. So I'm happy that the crime rate is spiking in white celebrity communities.
Now, as part of this scheme, parents would pay a singer in between $15,000 and $75,000 per test, so anywhere between that. So looks like this is going to be crazy for them. Some people are paying up to $500,000 to get their kids into top schools.
White people out here
Lori
scamming.
Loughlin and her husband, in particular, their daughter actually cashed in. And she has 1.3 million followers on Instagram and almost 2 million on YouTube. After she got to USC last year, she was posting about officially becoming a college student and everything.
She didn't want to be in college. Didn't she post a video saying that she just
She
wanted
said
to
she
go to
didn't
school
care
for
about
parties?
school. She just wanted the experience of partying.
Lord
So
have mercy.
that's what she went there for.
Your mom out here taking penitentiary chances for you. You know what I'm saying?
She, after that, had to post an apology video, but people are all in her comments right now saying things like, how about you put some effort into using your brain instead? Maybe that way you could get into USC by your own merit. So people are disgusted by her.
I can't believe white people out here just scamming. I am disgusted.
Now you disgusted.
Pale-faced pieces are hitting out here in these streets.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your front page news.
All right, let's open up the phone lines.
Uh-oh.
Yes, what do we think about this?
800-585-1051. I'm asking a question.
I have thoughts.
Would you pay to get your child into a school? Now, I want you to think about it like this. Your child is trying to get into a school, Harvard, Princeton, NYU, Columbia. And they said, okay, if you give us, the admissions person said, give me $100 and I'll get your child in school. Would you pay that $100?
$100?
I've been DJing too long. But
let's just say, if you
at a party,
I'm just asking. If somebody said in admissions, hey, I'll give me $100 and I'll make sure your kid gets accepted to all those schools, would you pay that $100? And the reason I say that is, yes, $500,000 is a lot of money to all of us, but to them, that might just be $100. That might be a drop in the bucket.
Still a lot.
That might be a drop in the bucket to how much they're actually making. Nah, maybe not to them. Maybe not to them. So let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Would you pay to get your child into a school? All right? Call us up right now.
In the way that these white celebrities did, Mr. Sway the jury.
Would you pay for your
you
child?
have to pay to go to college.
In the way that these white celebrities did. Would
You
you
can't-
bribe
you
people?
can't.
Would you be part of this bribery?
You can't look at the $500,000.
No. Look at the situation. Would
It's
you
a
bribe
bribe.
people?
Would you
not just say here's $100.
Would you
I'm making a
give-
donation. It's part of a bribery
Would you
scheme.
give somebody $100 to guarantee your child gets into school? That's the same thing.
No. Okay, would you give somebody $100 to take your child's SAT test?
The ACTs.
Or would you give $100 to a coach that could pretend that your child is part of the crew team, and even though that child doesn't row, to make sure they got into college, not just give $100?
You always want to make what white people are doing seem innocent and playful and nice. $100.
It's more than just giving $100.
This is bribery.
Why is everything black and white? It has nothing to do with black or white.
This is fraud.
The question is, would you pay for your child to get into school? It has nothing to do with black. Like, why you want to make white people seem innocent? It has nothing to do with black and white people.
This is fraud. This is scamming.
It's
very bribery.
It's very different than when you pay somebody to take your child's test and your child doesn't take the SAT. It's very different than just paying $100.
Would you pay $100 for somebody to take your child's test and knowing that you would get a high-ass grade to get your child in school? It's the same thing. Call us up. Let's talk about it. Good morning, guys. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, third front page news, a bunch of celebrities got locked up for what, Yee?
Well, Felicity Huffman got arrested so far. Lori Loughlin's going to turn herself in today.
Aunt Becky from Full House.
More than 50 people involved in this fraud scheme. They were paying for people to take their child's SAT or ACT test and also bribing coaches to get their child into schools of their choice.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Would you pay to get your child
into school? Would you bribe a
school?
coach or have somebody take your child's test to get them in school?
Yes, that is the question. You guys said absolutely positive.
I definitely wouldn't. Imagine telling your child they don't have to take this test. I'm going to pay somebody to have them take it for you. What are you teaching them?
Fraud, scamming.
Or look, I know you're not on the road team. We're going to take two people's potential slots that could have gotten a scholarship to get into this school, or could have gotten this slot, and we're going to have you pretend that you row, and that's how I'm going to get you into school. What is that teaching your kid about life?
That's my whole thing. You can't tell these kids in the hood and poor and disenfranchised areas that all they got to do is work hard and get an education when it's the kids with wealth and privilege getting these opportunities simply because their parents are paying for them to get in instead of putting in the actual work. I didn't go to college, so correct me if I'm wrong. You just said it. There's a certain amount of people accepted into these schools every year,
there's
right?
only a certain amount of
big
people.
Acceptance rate. That's big when kids are applying for schools.
So it depends what school it is.
Rate. Some schools are 50%.
Yeah, for schools that are the elite top schools, like the ones that they're paying to get into, those are hardest schools to get into. So it might be
close to 5%.
It might be 5% acceptance rate. So now you're taking somebody's spot.
So these privileged, entitled kids are taking opportunities away from people who are really putting in the work. So how do you teach kids from the hood and poor and disenfranchised areas how to get ahead when the system is already rigged?
And guess what? These kids will be able to go to some school. They might not go to their first choice, but that's why you apply to several schools, and whichever one you get into is the one, those are the ones you have to choose.
And also, fun fact, real quick, children in the top 1% of earnings are already 77 times more likely to go to an Ivy League college than those whose parents are in the bottom 20%. So how much more help do these kids in the 1% need?
See, I look at it in two different ways, right? I look at it, there's a lot of kids out there that are brilliant, very, very good in school, straight A's, do what they're supposed to do. They do their community service, but can't take a test. They get nervous when taking a test. They have anxiety when taking a test and have poor grades when it comes to tests.
That's why they have coaches to teach you how to take the test properly, and they do all these practice tests, and you can take them more than once.
Even with coaches doing a test, some kids just don't take well tests. And if I had the opportunity to make sure, if my daughter was smart enough to go to that school, if she had the community service, but maybe just couldn't take tests, and I could pay something $100 or even $1,000 to guarantee her to get into school, and I know she's smart enough, would I pay that?
But FYI, it's not. You getting into a college is not only dependent on a test. That's not the only thing. They take other things into consideration. You have to write essays.
She has good grades.
They take your grades.
Write a good essay, but those SATs have a lot to do with it. If it didn't, you wouldn't have to take it. They have a lot to do with it. So if that was the case, and I could pay to make sure my daughter is able to get into school, would I pay? Especially if it's something light, $100, $1,000 to me, I would.
Why are you saying it's not $100, $1,000?
I know, but I'm just saying compare it to what
$500,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, but that person that you're talking about is worth $50 million.
$20 million. Do you think that...
And her husband, 25.
Do you really think it will just stop at that one payment? You think you're just going to pay this ACT, SAT, the kid's going to get into college, and then all of a sudden the kid's going to start working hard and actually studying? Don't you think these professors going to continue to push these kids through?
Well... Let's go to the phone.
And you know what's embarrassing? Now everybody knows. So now you go to these schools and everybody knows your parents paid for you to get in.
Like,
trust me, they care.
Now you forced to really work. Like, remember the movie Can't Buy Me Love? When they were paying the Cannon to do the homework?
Daryl.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Daryl.
Andy, I just have a question for you, right?
Yes, sir.
If your child, little Madison or Logie, they got a letter saying that they was going to get accepted to a program, and the program was going to help them with their work and stuff like that, and then another kid pays to bump your kid out the program, wouldn't you be upset?
I would be upset if my kids didn't make it to any school, so I would be upset regardless. But that's life. I know what life is. I know what it is. I know rich people who have more than me and have better connections than me are going to be over my child. I know exactly what that is. That's why I'm trying to create wealth and trying to make sure my community can create wealth so they can have that same foot in the door. But
don't you want to instill in your kids to be? Go ahead.
I'm just saying. So how do you teach these kids in the hood how to get ahead if the system is already rigged? The system is it's going to always be rigged for the wealth.
The system has always been rigged.
The rich and privileged to stay on top. So basically, you're saying there's no way for kids in the hood to get ahead.
No, I mean the system has always been rigged for us. But what do we have to do? And what do we always say? Ownership and money is power, and we have to have ownership to make sure we can control where we go and control our destinies. We got to start investing.
But don't you also want to teach your kids to work hard to get what it is that they're going to get instead of showing but what I'm saying is instead of telling them, look, don't worry about it, I'm going to just pay and get you in.
I would never tell my kids, don't worry about it, I'm going to pay to get in. But if I could,
that's what you're just saying. If you would do it, if you could. How are they going to not know that someone else is taking their test? How are you going to not tell them someone else is taking your SAT?
You're showing us that you cheated your way through high school and college with this one.
My parents didn't have no money to pay for my test. I had to take my test.
How could they not know? They're going to know. They're going to know that they got recruited to be on the crew team when they don't even row.
Jamie.
Yes.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Would you pay to get your child through school?
Definitely.
Why?
Because if you pay, you're guaranteed that the child will get a full ride to whatever university they want to go.
It's not a full ride. It's just to get accepted.
But you're paying for an SAT score, correct?
Yes,
in certain instances. And I'm sure even with the lady that paid the crew, the road team, she's going to get a full ride.
You may get a full ride. So why wouldn't you pay?
The SAT score doesn't guarantee you a full ride. But it's not about what full ride or not. It's just getting accepted, not a full ride. It's just to get accepted.
I want to break this down in a way people understand.
Definitely, regardless, because like she said, it's the college experience and whatever college you want to go to. And people don't get accepted to their dream college. So why wouldn't you guarantee that for your child?
But what happens once the person is in school? It's like if you take steroids to get into the league. You think you're going to stop taking steroids once you're in the league?
Okay.
No.
All right, well,
you would still want to compete.
Let me break it down like this, right? You go to a club. The line is down the block. The bouncer says, give me $100, you cut the line. You gonna give me $100?
Yeah, but guess what? What happens when you get in the club and you ain't got no money? Now what you gonna do in the club? Just stand there looking like a goddamn dumbass. Can't buy no drinks. Can't do nothing. Just there like a big dumbass, waiting for somebody else to come and say, here's some more money.
Nobody's going to jail for getting into a club.
Would you pay?
I'm in, huh?
I'm in. Would you pay to get your child into a school? Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Angela Yee reported this story about some celebrities getting arrested or about to get arrested for what, Yee?
Well, Felicity Huffman has been arrested and already posted bail, and that was by the FBI for these fraud charges of actually bribing schools to get their kids into these top schools and also for paying someone to take their kids' SAT and ACT tests.
So the question is, would you pay to get your child into a school? 800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Chris.
Hey, Chris, would you pay for your child to get into a school?
I sure would.
Why?
Reason being because you already paid tuition. Why not?
That's a good reason.
If I know my child's going to take advantage of the opportunity, I might as well do it.
How do you feel your child's going to take advantage of the opportunity when you've already told your child all you got to do is pay your way to get through things? What makes you think that your child's going to get in and actually start doing the work?
The circumstances that we live under, you just never know. You got to do what you got to do.
No, you don't.
Thank you, man.
You got to instill work ethic in your children, like especially black and brown kids. Like we have to actually go out here and work 3-4 times harder than all of these entitled, privileged white people.
Hello, who's this?
This is Callie.
Hey, Callie, would you pay for your child to go to school?
Absolutely not. I would not.
Why not?
Well, the reason being is because I feel like if my child can't make it there on their own merit, then they don't need to be at that school. And I mean that in the most respectful way. But if once you get into the child into the school, like say if they get into Princeton or Yale because you paid for them, how are they going to be able to maintain their grades if they don't have the mental capacity to be able to be in the school?
That's all I'm saying.
And you could even see, you know, with Lori Loughlin's daughter, she didn't even want to be in school. She was posting YouTube videos about how she just wanted to party.
Alexis.
Hey.
Alexis, turn on the Breakfast Club.
How you doing?
How you doing? Now, would you pay for your child to go to school?
$100 possibly yes, but because I'm black, maybe no. But $15,000 to $500,000, that's more than somebody's salary, and it has to be accounted for. So if black moms could go to jail for their kids going to school at a different address, they need to go to jail.
Yeah, and I just want everybody to think about
that. Is true too. Now you heard what she just said.
That's all fraud.
A lot of people change their address so their kid could get in a better school. What's the difference?
The kid is actually going to a better school to do work, to actually put in work. But they're actually going there to study.
But there might be some kids that can't get into that school, but now, because you use a different address, that kid goes to that school. What's the difference?
There's no
it's
difference.
Still fraud.
And guess what? And if you get caught, guess what happens? Your kid's not in that school anymore, and you get in trouble.
But it's just no money involved, but it's the same thing. If I could change my address for my kid to go to a different school, I'm going to do it.
There's no way you can justify to me paying somebody to take your kid's test and paying to get them in under fraudulent. I just don't think that's cool.
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's a false equivalency. The reason it's a false equivalency is because these kids that change their address actually go to these better schools and put in work. These kids in these colleges are getting paid to get in these colleges, and now they're just sitting there looking like the dumb in the club with no money.
We don't know if they're doing work or not.
I know they're not.
And you know what?
Because the little girl said on the video, I just want to go to school to party.
That's one person.
Her mom spent $500,000.
And the example that you just used, MV, is because we have such a broken system that a lot of these kids aren't able to go to public schools in a neighborhood that they feel like is beneficial to them. So they're trying to go to a better school. That's what that's for. This isn't about being privileged. This is about not having the privilege to be able to go to a better school.
The question is, would you pay for your child to get into school? And if it wasn't a lot, and I could, I would.
And if the system is set up this way, it don't matter how much education you get. It don't matter how much, it don't matter about anything if the system is set up like this, because the system is rigged. That means that the rich and entitled will always be ahead of the poor and disenfranchised, because the poor and disenfranchised can never get a leg up. Regardless.
But that's how it is now. That's what the world is now. But we have to be able to teach our community to be able to become richer and to own their own, so we can get out of that slump and get out of that area.
Yeah, we don't need to condone this and act like it's cool.
I'm not saying condone. I'm just saying
what we need to do is what's happening right now. Arrest the people that are committing these crimes. Okay, that's how you fix the system. All right? Okay? Let people know this is a crime. This cannot happen. Well, that's how you make things fair and even.
Well, what's the moral of the story, sir?
The moral of the story is exactly what I just said.
Go to jail.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cut the line if you want to spend that $100 to get in the club. You're going to be in the club broke with no money watching everybody else ball.
Now, the question is, do these kids get kicked out of these schools now?
Absolutely. They have to.
Well, that backfired then.
I mean, no. If they got caught, they have to. They shouldn't have got caught. When we come back, we will talk about the rumors. We got rumors on the way. What are we talking about, Ye?
Yes, let's talk about police called to R. Kelly's home again, find out what they were told was going to happen.
All right, we'll get into that when we come back. Keep it locked. This is The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Drunken Love still go hard. Salute to everybody out there still trying to surfboard in little ass tubs.
Surfboard.
Right?
I'm still a little hurt, guys.
Why are you hurt?
Should have used lube. What happened?
My guy.
Oh, yeah, you definitely should have used lube.
Great segue. Come on. Who? What happened?
My guy.
Your guy left you?
He left us.
Oh, what's his name?
You know his name.
Tell me.
I don't want to say his name.
Let it roll off your tongue real quick. Say it.
I don't want to say his name.
Say his name.
But I'm just trying to
say his name.
He ain't really your man if you can't say his name.
What did we do wrong? Like, for him just to leave and not call?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not even talking to you until you say his name.
Odell.
Huh?
You heard me. I would love for him to call him. Wow. I mean, the fact that, like, what did we do wrong? They just leave us and...
Why you call him Odell? I thought you used to call him OBJ. That's what you used to call him. You used to be like OBJ.
Nobody ever called him.
You used to call him OBJ.
Nobody called him that.
Odell.
No, I mean, I know how sometimes people feel when, you know...
I heard he left because Charlamagne kept making fun of him.
Never made fun of him.
If that's the case, I'm never talking to Charlamagne again. You ruined our relationship.
During the show.
I think Odell's going to have a ball in Cleveland. All right.
Yeah, he's going to be there with his best friend. He's going to have a good time.
I know Cleveland sounds bad, but I think last year they won, like, what, 7 games or something like that?
Yeah.
More than the Giants. But I'm just, like, what did we do wrong?
Plus, they're stacking their team.
Did we not give him the ball enough? What did we do wrong?
I heard
to make it just leave and not call and not say anything.
I heard he really wanted to be traded to the Rams because the Rams have the first 2 male cheerleaders in the NFL, and he was trying to get the Giants to recruit male cheerleaders, and he wanted to do it. And they was like, Odell, you can't be a cheerleader and a football player at the same time. How's that going to work? And so that's where the problems came in.
He's just making up a story.
That's where the problems came into play from what I was told.
Like, this hurts. Like, the fact that, like, it hurts. That's not right. Like, we just gave him all that millions of dollars, and he's just going to leave us like this?
You're out of here. Well, hopefully he wins a ring.
Well, say goodbye to old BJ. MB. All right? Old BJ.
Oh, my goodness.
Old BJ is no longer around.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got rumors on the way. I hate this guy.
Got to find you a new BJ.
Stop it.
Because old BJ is gone.
Yes, we are going to talk about a documentary that is going to be coming out. It's premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival, and it's actually on somebody that I used to work for.
Okay. All right. We'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ
Spend that money. Get your kids into college.
Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk R. Kelly.
Listen up. It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Lisa Van Allen did an interview with DJ Vlad. Now, Lisa Van Allen is one of the women that R. Kelly used to have a relationship with, and she was also on Surviving R. Kelly. And here's the claims that she makes about Aaliyah and Aaliyah's mother.
Her mother actually was sexually attracted to him as well, and he said when Aaliyah would go to sleep, this is what he said. He would go in the living room, and him and her would do sexual acts on the couch while Aaliyah was sleeping in the bedroom.
Oh, so maybe this is why Aaliyah's parents have never spoken out themselves.
Makes sense to me.
Why? Why is that story being shared?
I don't know.
What does that story have to do with anything that Lisa Van Allen is talking about? Like, tell me what was the point of sharing that story?
I have no idea.
Just stay in the press. I mean, that doesn't make no sense to talk about that.
Come on, stop. Let's everybody stick to the matter at hand. The matter at hand is you was being abused sexually by a man for years. Talk about that.
Now, somebody in Chicago called 911, and that person called 911 making claims that there was about to be a mass suicide at R. Kelly's house in Chicago at the Trump Tower. And here's what happened.
And I also need a supervisor, I guess, for threatening suicide. Trump Tower. A call is coming in from the National Traffic Hotline. Got an anonymous call from says that Arzell, Clearly, and 4 other women who are victims of R. Kelly are planning to carry out a suicide pact.
Now, was that a fake call?
It was a fake call. It turns out that call was from the National Human Trafficking Hotline, by the way, just so you know. And police did show up there, but they said that call was bogus. They said R. Kelly had been meeting with his attorneys for at least 2 hours before the cops even showed up.
What were they trying to accomplish by
I don't know. I guess
having him run up in the house?
They're probably just harassing him now and just seeing,
hoping that they find something,
yeah,
maybe something else.
Maybe they're hoping to see something crazy going on with the girls, and then he'll get in trouble for that. Who knows?
Guys, R. Kelly's going to prison. All right, there's no way around this situation. Not this time.
All right, now here's something that you might be excited about. Nelly and Chili, they were talking on BuzzFeed, and they made an announcement about a joint tour that's going to be happening. Tickets for that tour go on sale this Friday. Now, here's what was said.
Here together because we are going on tour together this summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you heard that. TLC, Nelly. We're looking very much forward to it, man. You know, we had a pleasure of working together before on a separate tour, but it wasn't ours. Okay. So we decided, since we had so much fun on that one, we decided that we would come together and do our own thing.
Nelly, TLC, and Flow Rider.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, they ain't announced Flow Rider?
Yeah, they did.
Flow Rider's on there. Yeah, Nelly's dope. I was on tour with Nelly. Nelly actually put me on my first tour, me, Fab, Birdman, and A. Marie, and I was on that tour. So shout out to Nelly.
You know why shows like that are dope? Because you don't realize how many hits a guy like Nelly has.
Nelly got tons of them.
Until you go to his show and you're like, oh, shoot, I did like that record.
I
did like that record. Oh, I like that record too.
Drop down to get to Eagle on
That's
Shark.
what I'm saying. Drop Country Grammar, Cotton Hair, EI.
Pimp Juice, Air Forces.
Air Force One.
Nelly got joints. And you know TLC got joints.
And Flow Rider.
Flow Rider got joints too. It's not a bad show.
It's like a fun high energy show.
Who opens the show? Who closes the show?
Flo Rida opens, TLC closes.
Or does Nelly close?
Nah, Nelly should be in the middle, I think. TLC should close.
Okay. You know, artists always want to close, but sometimes that's not the best thing to do.
I think didn't Nelly have more hits than TLC?
Yeah, but TLC's classic. Like, TLC should absolutely close. And their women. Let the black women close. You don't want black women to succeed at all.
Don't say that.
God.
That's not true. He does.
This guy's crazy, man.
He wants them to be moderately successful.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. All I said was, I just asked, I said, who had better hits?
You want them to open,
I didn't.
Wow. This guy.
I didn't say that. Don't put words
Does
in
Chili
my
still
mouth.
have you blocked, Charlamagne?
I have no idea.
She should have you blocked. She definitely should have you blocked.
All right, now, since we're talking about collaborations, and we just told you about that tour that was announced, guess what else has been announced? Drake and Future. You excited for What a Time to Be Alive Part 2?
Excited isn't a word I would use, but I'll listen to it if it drops.
It seemed like they're a
Wow.
couple of years too late, right?
No, why you say that?
I don't even remember when the last one was.
It's 4 years ago.
That was 4 years ago?
Yeah.
God damn, time be flying.
I went to that tour,
Lord
actually.
have mercy.
Where did I go to it at? At the Garden, I think. And by the way, shout out to Meek Mill. I went to go see his show last night here in New York City. He brought Lil Uzi Vert on stage. He brought Fab out. I saw Cast Out perform. I saw Lil Durk perform. It was packed in there. I think he has another show tonight,
Yeah,
right?
he has another show
Now,
tonight.
they talk about Meek Mill and Nipsey Hussle doing an album together.
Yes.
Excites
That'll be dope.
That'll be amazing,
That
too.
is something I'm looking forward to hearing. Two tall rappers?
All right, now,
That's
let's
what you're
see
into?
if you guys would be interested in seeing this. Now, this is an artist who, by the way, I used to work for, and he's got a documentary that's premiering at the 2019 Tribeca Film Festival, and that is D'Angelo. All right, it's going to talk about him being a songwriter, a multi-instrumentalist, and then all of a sudden, in 2000, he just disappeared from the spotlight. You guys remember he had the Brown Sugar album. That was amazing. And then it took him quite some time to get everything back together again. And they're going to talk about his haunted past and uncertain future.
When the hell did you work for D'Angelo?
That was when I left working with Wu-Tang. The next job I had, I left to go work for D'Angelo.
What'd you do?
At Virgin Records. I was the general manager of his label, Chiba Sounds.
And how'd you become a teacher? You did all that and then became a teacher?
No, when I was in school, I did urban education semester, and so I did like a teaching program. So I worked doing English and history.
You didn't know what you wanted to do. You was like, I'm going to try everything.
I always wanted to be a writer, so I was an English major in college. But then when I graduated, you know, my first job was working with Wu-Tang. My second job was working for D'Angelo. That was like the worst job of my life. But it wasn't because of him. He was never in the office. It was the people that worked with him.
So you quit?
Or did you get fired?
It's a longer story, but yes, it was more like getting fired.
Really?
Yeah, there was
Because you
sexual.
refused to rub oil on D'Angelo during the How Does It Feel
video.
D'Angelo never used to come to the office. It actually had something more to do with a sexual harassment situation.
Somebody sexually harassed you?
Yes. Somebody made a proposed, said I should have sex with them, and then I actually left the office, and then the next day I got fired.
Man, there's somebody out there sweating right now. Please don't say me. Please don't say me.
Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Please, 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 please.
I tell this story all the time.
Say the
though.
name.
Just not here.
No.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report. You learn something new every day.
All right. Well, Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
Who you giving that dome?
Man, we need Aunt Becky and we need Felicity Huffman to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with them this morning on this fine Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Who's donkey of the day today?
Donkey today for Wednesday, March 13th goes to actress Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. Did I pronounce their names right? Loughlin. Commonly known to those of us who grew up on TGIF on ABC as Aunt Becky. Okay? Now, listen, I have been calling for diversity amongst my dysfunctional celebrities because when it comes to all the biggest scandals of the year, black celebrities living and dead have been the trending topics, okay? Jussie Smollett allegedly staged a hate crime. Career pedophile, gotta say allegedly. Robert Sylvester Kelly is out here, being R. Kelly. Michael Jackson leaving Neverland Special got the world trying to convict a corpse. Meanwhile, white celebrities living and dead are just out here chilling. But I knew that eventually white celebrities were going to start getting caught up, okay? You know why? Because St. Patrick's Day, a.k.a. White People's Freaknik, is right around the corner. So I was suspecting for the Caucasian celebrity crime rate to spike, and I was right, because Felicity and Lori have been charged with scamming. All right? What kind of freaky-ass Friday role reversal world do we live in where Nigerians are committing hate crimes against black people and white people are scamming? What a time. Well, Felicity was indicted for conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud. And Aunt Becky, Lori, is facing the same felony charges: conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud. Her husband, fashion designer Mosimo, what's his last name? Giuliani? Doesn't matter. His name is Mosimo. Yes, that Mosimo. Okay, if that sounds familiar, it's because you're an avid Target shopper like me, and you know Mosimo used to make the best T-shirts. All right, they don't have them anymore. All right, it's Goodfellas now, but he was charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service mail fraud too.
He's a good fella.
I don't know what any of those charges mean. Okay, but it's all scamming. All right, those pale-faced pieces are hitting. Let's hear the report.
We're here today to announce charges in the largest college admissions scam ever prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
Involving at least 50 people, accusing wealthy parents of allegedly cheating so their children would be admitted into prestigious schools. One of the 33 parents named in the indictment, actress Felicity Huffman, best known for her role on Desperate Housewives. According to the criminal complaint, Huffman and her husband, actor William H. Macy, are accused of making a charitable contribution of $15,000 to the fake charity. Huffman is charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud. Along with Huffman, actress Lori Loughlin, who played Aunt Becky on Full House, is also charged. Court documents say Loughlin and her fashion designer husband, Massimo Giannulli, allegedly agreed to pay bribes totaling $500,000 in exchange for having their two daughters designated as recruits to the University of Southern California crew team, despite the fact that neither daughter ever participated in the sport of rowing. Their parents have been charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud.
The source was CNN, by the way. And here's the thing. I know you're probably listening to that and you're like, what's the problem? I know it sounds like, hey, you're doing a great thing because you're going above and beyond for your kids, doing what you have to do to make your kids successful. But you can't tell these kids in the hood and poor and disenfranchised areas that all they have to do is work hard, get an education, and everything will work out, when the reality is the kids with wealth and privilege are getting these opportunities because their parents are paying for them to get in instead of putting in the work. It's a certain amount of people accepted into these schools every year. So these privileged, entitled kids are taking opportunities away from kids who are really putting in the work. So how do you teach kids from the hood how to get ahead when the system is rigged? All right, these children in the top 1% of earnings are already 77 times more likely to go to an Ivy League college than those whose parents are in the bottom 20%. How much more assistance do you need? All right? Okay? Listen to Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky, speak about her daughter getting accepted.
So many parents watching, I'm sure, are going through this, where they're about to watch a child go off to college. Kath, it happened to you.
Yeah,
are you preparing for it in any way?
I think I'm in complete denial.
Yeah?
I really am, because when I think about it too much, it will make me cry.
Really?
So I got to stop.
Oh, God. That is a prime example of why you can't trust white kids. All right, she knows she's scamming the system, but she out here fronting, acting like her kid is really out here putting in the work. This is so whack to me, because we all know black and brown people have to work twice as hard to get half the results. But what's the point of working hard at all if the system is already rigged for us to lose? Now you have kids in these poor and disenfranchised areas who would love the opportunity to get in one of these top schools. All they need is the chance. And they will go in there and run circles around these privileged kids, because these privileged, entitled kids don't want to work. Don't believe me? Listen to Aunt Becky's daughter, Olivia, talking about college.
But I do want the experience of, like, game days, partying. I don't really care about school, as you guys all know.
All she cares about is the party. You know why? Because, and you gave a good example earlier. You liken this to paying to cut the line at the club. All right?
That's what she did.
Well, you pay to cut the line, and then once you get in the club, you have nothing else to offer. You can't buy no drinks, can't order no food, because you don't got no more money. You just sit in the club looking stupid. It will be the same thing in college. You have your parents pay for you to get in, and now what? If you're not there to do any work, all you can do is party. That's all you got. But here's the thing. Contrary to popular belief, you can't fraud your way through life. And that's what you're teaching your kids, that you can always cheat the system. Hov once said, it's only so long fake thugs can pretend. I say, it's only so long fake anything can pretend. Eventually, your kids will get exposed. So you're really not doing your kids any favors, because where does it stop? You pay for your kids to pass the ACTs, the SATs, pay for them to be accepted into school. At what point do they ever start doing any work for themselves? You going to hold their hand forever? This is exactly why kids from the hood run circles around these privileged kids, because kids from the hood actually do the work. When you grow up with nothing and you work to get a little something, you never lose that hustler's mentality. But when you grow up not having to work for anything, not only do you not appreciate anything, you really don't know how to do nothing, because you're used to mommy and daddy paying for everything. I don't care how rich, privileged or entitled you are, if you're not instilling in your kids work ethic and an attitude of gratitude, you're setting them up for failure. You can only control two things, your work ethic and your attitude about anything. What Lori and Felicity are doing isn't instilling any work ethic in their kids, and it's damn sure not instilling any attitude of gratitude. So you're hurting more than helping. I have no problem with people getting opportunities. I have no problem with people pulling extra strings to get someone an opportunity, but not at the expense of some kid who's actually going to put in the work. I will ask the question again. How do you teach kids from the hood to get ahead if the system is rigged? Only way to do it is punish the people who are taking advantage of said system. Please let Kathy Griffin handle my white work.
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
All that talk
There you go.
All that talk of mayonnaise leaves me parched. It's like I get dehydrated.
Does
salty taste.
Massimo still own Goodfellas, the T-shirts?
I really don't know. I buy Goodfellas, but they don't have the same quality as Massimo for whatever reason.
I learned it was Massimo from just this report just now.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't go.
That's
to
what I
college.
learned.
I didn't go to college. I graduated from night school.
Let me look at Massimo Goodfellas.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes.
Up next, Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, hit Yee right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. It's time for Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. My name is Carmel.
Hey, Carmel. What's your question for Yee?
Okay. So this is like honestly the toughest decision I've ever had to make. First of all, I'm very excited to speak to you guys. I listen to you guys every morning.
Thank you, Carmel. We're excited to talk to you.
Oh, okay. So recently my fiance left me. It's been a week. Almost 2 weeks now, and it's tough because we've been together for over 4 years. We actually have a business together. The business is doing amazing, and everyone knows us for our business and things like that. We recently had a disagreement about some of his actions, and he kind of did like a reverse psychology and said it was my fault, but I caught him in a compromising situation, and now he's like being very disrespectful during our breakup. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to own up to his actions. He's like, he apologized and so it should be done with. But I'm like, this is not the first time or second or third. Like, this is something that is a serious problem for me. And if we're going to get married, like, I need you to own up to it. You can't just apologize right now. You have to do a little bit more just to show me that this is what it's supposed to be. But he got mad at me for calling him out. And I was very harsh with how the argument went. And it kind of just went left since then.
So what is it that he did? Was it him like...
He had a situationship via text message with another woman. But he changed the name in his phone from a female's name
to a guy's name. Oh, the chick in the book.
All of that. He didn't actually physically meet up with her, but he did text her and had conversations with her. And this is not the first time that he's done it, but this time it was a little bit more serious because personally we're going through a lot stress-wise with our business, with our living situation. We're handling so much right now. And the fact that he can find time to text and communicate with another woman while we got all these problems and stuff that we're trying to fix and we're building, I just felt very, very disrespected. I didn't kick him out. He just was like, well, if you don't want to do this, and if I say I want to leave right now, are you what you going to do? I'm like, well, if you want to leave, then I don't want to keep you.
Right, at all.
If that's the case, so he packed his stuff and he left.
So what's the decision that you have to make? Because it feels like he's made it for you.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, you guys are engaged, right?
Yes.
I don't think that you should even be contemplating getting married when you have all these unresolved issues, things that he can't even own up to, like you said. And it seems like he has this repeat behavior that he's been doing. I understand that people make mistakes, but a mistake is supposed to be something that you learn from and don't do again, right?
Right.
It seems like he's not learning from those mistakes. And not only that, he's blaming you for them. And then...
Yeah, he said I'm not giving him the encouragement or attention that he needs. And if he feels like he's getting it from another woman, then it should be okay because he's not physically involved with them.
Now, are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I was getting attention from another man, it would not be the same case. He would not go for that.
What I'm saying here is this. A, he's already left, so he's made that decision for you. And honestly, that might be the best decision that he could have made for you, because he's already showing you who he is. And thank God you guys aren't married already. Right now, at a time when he should be talking to you and he should be apologetic for the things that he did and he should be trying to right his wrongs, he's not even there.
You're right.
So it sounds like, you're going to have to figure out how to move forward with your life and getting the business together, because I know it is hard when you're in business with somebody and then you're in a relationship. But how practical can you be? Either that means that you guys are going to have to figure out how to function together as partners in this business, or somebody's going to have to exit the business and you're going to have to figure out how to do that legally and make sure that you get what you're supposed to get, or he's going to have to leave. But you guys have to get those things settled, and maybe it's not something that you do personally with each other, but you let a mediator come in and handle that.
Okay. That sounds like the best advice that I've gotten so far in regards to the situation.
But handle your business and value yourself. Like, it's not your fault that he's been doing these things, and it's not your fault that he's not the man that he's supposed to be. You can't do anything about that. He can't even do anything about that, because guess what? When it came down to it, he got caught. He left.
You're right.
And it's like he's trying to test you, trying to see if you're going to be like, no, wait, come back. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You can't lower yourself.
That's exactly what he's wanting from me. But I haven't said that.
Yeah, don't let that psychology work on you. But good luck. Get your business right first and foremost. Take care of you. He's taking care of him. He's not even thinking about mentally taking care of you when things get tough. Instead, he's off dealing with other women and only worried about himself. Very selfish.
Thank you, Yee. I needed that. I needed that that truth. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
And good luck with your business.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ask Yee. 800-585-1051 if you need relationship advice. Hit Yee now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Hey, it's Anonymous.
Hey, Anonymous. What's your question for Yee?
So I keep getting in, this same situation in relationships with guys. They don't seem to take me serious.
What do you mean by take you seriously? Like they don't want to be in a relationship with you?
Yeah, basically that.
Okay. Who are these guys that you're talking to? Is there any, where are you meeting them? What type of guys do you like? Because you might be attracting what you like, which might not be people who are serious.
That's true. I meet them, I met some guys in college, just here and there, when I go to the store or something and I get to know them, and if I like them, they don't want to take me serious sometimes. Mm-hmm. But it's the ones that I don't like as much, they hit me up all the time, you playing and all this, basically it's I'm the one in that situation, I don't want to be with you.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right. What you need to do is declutter your life. It sounds like there's a lot of useless guys that you don't like, that you're entertaining a little bit, speaking to them. And there's these guys that's not doing no work to try to be with you, that you still entertain. Just declutter all of those people out of your life that aren't doing anything for you. First and foremost, just cut it off. If it doesn't make sense, if it's not somebody you want to pursue something with, there's no point in you even still entertaining that. And if these people and if the guys that aren't treating you the way you want to be treated, then stop messing with them too. Just start all over. Sometimes I think we don't have ourselves clear for the right thing to come in because there's so much blockage going on and we're spending too much time on things that don't mean anything to us.
You're right. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's the thing.
And let me tell you this. Instead of going into situations with these guys thinking about whether or not this could be someone you're going to pursue a relationship with, go into these situations where you meet people and y'all are just friends and then see where it goes from there. So you're not putting all this pressure on yourself or on that other person. Take your time.
Okay, because I don't mention anything about a relationship at first. It's just when it doesn't go anywhere, I'm like, okay, so where is this going?
And they're honest with you.
They're like, I don't want to be in a relationship right now, or in which when I hear that, I'm just thinking oh, you don't want to be with me, so I just leave it alone.
Well, at least they're being honest with you. You can't fault anybody for that. But once they tell you that, you should know. And I think sometimes we're attracted to guys that are really fun, that are out there, and we also like the challenge of trying to see if we can tame somebody. And what you need is somebody that is showing you that reciprocal type of feelings that you have for them. Somebody that's making an effort instead of trying to find ourselves in the middle of a challenge where we're like, okay, let me see if I'm going to make him do this, or let me see if he calls me that, and they're calling you late at night and you're letting them come over and do whatever they want. You have to take charge of yourself.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
Yeah, take charge of yourself. Don't let people do that to you anymore. Make people work. Let them know that it's not going to be easy. Like, we could be cool, we could be friends. You have to take me out. You have to call me during the day. You have to make plans with me in advance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but get rid of all that clutter, and good luck to you. But you're only 26 years old. You should be enjoying life, but don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
All right, ask Yee, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice, you can hit Yee now. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, let's talk about YBN Almighty Jay. Will give you an update on his recovery, and we'll tell you what happened after Jay Prince basically said that he needs to get that chain back, and he called out the guys that did this to him.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club.
What's up, fam?
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Almighty Jay, man.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee. On The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, YBN Almighty Jay is out of the hospital, but he's still recovering from multiple stab wounds. Terrible, the scar they are going to leave for him across his face and everything. They said he needed all these stitches. He got sliced and also cut with a Hennessy bottle.
But nothing.
He was cut very badly. Now, if you guys recall, Jay Prince is calling on people from the Bronx to basically call out the people who attacked YBN Almighty Jay. And here is how those people responded.
This in New York. Stand in New York. They pay homage, you heard? You gotta check in with some real gangsters. Tell Jay Prince suck my eat it up. Tell Jay Prince was doing back in the day. We doing this today, money.
I told y'all yesterday that as soon as I saw the OG post on IG, I said them young boys not gonna care. They're gonna be online in 10 to 15 minutes telling Jay Prince to SMD. That's what they do.
Now, first they said they had nothing to do with this chain snatching, but then Zay put out a music video where he's holding YBN Almighty Jay's chain in the video and flaunting it and all of that. So, looks like you kind of incriminated yourself now, right? Okay, now, YBN Almighty Jay, in the meantime, has a new video out and a song called Let Me Breathe. He shouted out all his family, friends, and fans. He said they kept me in high spirits while I was down. I love y'all. I want to give a special shout out to Dream Doll, the realest woman I know, stayed by my side the whole time I needed you, and I'll love you forever and ever. You'll always have a special place in my heart, babe, queen. So here is Let Me Breathe.
Just let me breathe. What would you do if you was me? Don't know what I go through, she'll rob you at the beach. I can't even wear my jewelry if I want to cross the street. The internet trying to turn me into a beast. Just let me breathe.
You know, God bless that little brother, YBJ.
YBN Almighty.
YBN Almighty. I can't tell the initials apart no more. But you just have to be smarter with how you move. Like, see, you are worth something. You are a person of value. So when you have value, you have to protect said value. That's all.
I mean, we all go through it. Everybody does. It happens to every artist. It happens to everybody. Just, you just take it as a lesson learned and keep it moving.
I done got punched in the head and been running down the street.
Well, unfortunately, he's got a permanent reminder now on his face because that's going to leave a pretty bad scar. But
sadly, it could have been worse.
What he's saying is, though, it is a lot. If you think about everything that he's saying here, people plotting on him. He can't even wear his jewelry. He had a son at 19. He's got a lot that he's battling right now.
Get you some real shooters.
Let him breathe.
Not get you some real shooters, not your goons.
But he thought he had his peoples with him, and they were outnumbered.
Go hire some white men in some suits. Okay, that can legally.
He might not be able to afford it.
Well, you better stop flossing with all that jewelry and all that designer stuff then and invest in what needs to be invested in, which is security at this point.
All right, and her and 21 Savage are headlining the Roots Picnic in Philly. Now, I was looking at this whole lineup. It looks pretty amazing. Lil Baby's going to be there. Davido's going to be there. Raphael Sadiq, Queen Naja, the City Girls. This looks amazing. Blueface. Oh, Ari Lennox is going to be there. Love her. Black Thought, J. Period. Of course, Questlove and his Supreme podcast. DJ Clark Kent, Stretch Armstrong, D Nice, Rich Medina, Tony Touch, DJ Active. So shout out to everybody involved. The Read is going to have their podcast as well as the Joe Button podcast as well.
Dropping include bonds for the Read and Joe Button podcast.
Oh, Yasin Bey is going to be there. This is going to be amazing.
That's dope.
This sounds like a great lineup. So that is Saturday, June 1st. That's the Roots Picnic. Oh, and also let's give a shout out to Andrew Yang. He's one of the nominees, the Democratic nominees running to be president in 2020. He said, holy cow, we did it. We reached 65,000 individual donors more than 2 months before the May 15th deadline. So congratulations, he is going to make the debates.
Yeah, Andrew Yang's interview with the Breakfast Club did real well. I saw it on our YouTube page. It had like 500,000 views. They love the Yang gang is really real on social media.
Yeah, absolutely, positively real.
Yeah, they raised over $750,000 so far. So shout out to him in just the last month. So
we got to get Marianne Williamson on that debate stage too. She needs like 65,000 of those things as well.
Yeah, she'll be joining us this morning after the mix. So
yeah, and so that can definitely happen. He said we were only at 15,000 donors in February. We received 50,000 new donors in a month.
And the reason it's good to have all of these different people with all these different ideas on that stage is because they force every other candidate to start focusing on issues that we would want them to focus on that they may not necessarily be talking about.
True.
You know what I mean? Marianne Williamson is out there, speaking very highly about reparations, and Andrew Yang is speaking just about how the universal, what's it called, the universal
basic income.
You know what I mean? I think all those conversations are necessary.
All right, and I also want to shout out to Lupe Fiasco. His daughter was found, but he had posted that she went missing. He said she's been gone since yesterday, right after I left for work, but fortunately she has been found.
How old's his daughter?
So that's good news. She's 16.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
God bless him for that.
God bless.
Glad she got found safe and sound.
Well, no, it's actually his little sister. He posted my daughter's been missing, but I guess it was his little sister. He was reposting what
from
his
his
mother,
sister.
What his mother wrote. That's good news that at least she was found, because that's horrifying. All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Up next is the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in. Revolt. We'll see you tomorrow. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.